I can't shut up. I can't shut up. I still am here and I'm just going live because why not? Get back on Instagram. I'm just going to speak. My brain won't shut off. So I'm just going to talk. Yeah, it sucks. But I'm going ADHD, full blown ADHD live. Right in real time, you guys are going to see me spelunk. I'm going to randomly talk, but I'm fucking sick of this sound bullshit. So as soon as I get Instagram working, I'm going to vent more. I'm going to vent more. And that's why I changed the background, because I want to be able to differentiate this anger rage from the normal stuff. So if I see Instagram go on here in a second, I'll be excited. And then I'll go. And I got some choice words I'm going to say. But I just got off support with Facebook. Round 2 bonus content, actually round 3 bonus content, because the first one was shit. Sound was horrible. My sound guy said it was clear. It wasn't. Sound guy, fired him. Second time, it was good. It was decent, but I wasn't really going to rant. And then I just went off. And now I can't sleep and I'm frustrated. And so I'm speaking my mind for a bit because I just got off chat with Facebook support and I get Facebook Meta support. And this is when the fucking chat time seems to be available. So Ruben gets online and he tells me like, oh, our engineers are working on this problem with my feed. My one feed, my main feed, my personal account, it's verified. What that means, it just means I get a little check mark, but they're supposed to have extra security and all this shit. That's the one that they say is compromised. I thought it was smashing the party. They say that one's compromised. So I changed the password. I'm able to log in. I can see there's no other logins, on my dashboard that they provide me. It doesn't say that anybody else logged in. No other devices, only me and the activity that I did. So if you've been watching this show and kind of following along with these bullshit Instagram issues that I've been having that now have bled into Facebook, I have a theory that I have to get off my chest that I think is real, and I think it's the issue. And I was going to just go on TikTok and bitch there, but I'm just going to blow it out on Facebook and YouTube. So my trouble started with the unfollows, okay? It started when I decided to stop, freeze my network, look at everything, single follower that I have on my network and say, you know what, you're qualified or not qualified. And one of the criteria was, do I care about this issue? Is this issue healthy for my lifestyle and the changes I want to make in my life? And also, do they follow me? So people that I know and support didn't follow me. I unfollowed them. Okay. So if you got unfollowed, no offense, but that was my criteria. It wasn't even like, oh, that's somebody else, I'm going to give an exception. No exceptions. Literally, I'm like, oh, I remember like, oh, that sucks. I have to unfollow this person. Done. I blanket. It was fair. No emotion. Okay. So that's just personal to you. If you were unfollowed and you feel slighted, you don't want to hear what they wanted me to do. They wanted me to block everyone so I could whatever. But so my troubles started when I started unfollowing people. Now, my theory that I've said years ago, and I've said this about Facebook, and this is how I would build it. If I'm building Facebook, I want to literally have replicas, let's just call them replicas, of every single person out there. So I essentially have aggregated all the data and collected all the information I can, as Facebook has. And then I literally have, let's just call it a voodoo doll of Nate Bomberger in my company. And this digital voodoo doll, I can literally prod and pick. And since it's a model of Nate, whatever I do this voodoo doll, it does to Nate. I know that's a little sticky in that algorithm, or that metaphor. But let's think about it. What I'm trying to say is like they're aggregating your data, and just think of it like kind of particulating, like a graphic. Like it's slowly, the molecules are slowly coming together. Each bit of information, it builds a piece of you, and so they're just trying. So sometimes they have like a couple, like maybe a blotchy, like gray half of Nate's body, but their goal is to get the whole thing. And maybe this person over here, they've got the whole replica. And so why is that important? Because if they have this replica, then they know what you're going to do out there. So they can just do their own testing and say, all right, this is what's going to happen. We know that if we do these things, this network's going to respond this way because we've mirrored the network internally. This is what I would do if I had Facebook. Okay. So I would have a mirror of the world in data points down to that minutia of like, hey, you know what? What's Nate's profile look like? And every single little spider web just kind of throws data in there and it makes this profile, which we manipulate and we do data testing and prodding. And we finally figure out where it's like, man, when they push this button, Nate's arm moves up. When they do this, I mean, that's the metaphor taken to extreme, but think of that as what's happening. Now, why does this make sense? Okay, this is why that's if you've talked to me about what I've said Facebook is, you've heard that before. I've said they're building a model of us and they've just got this voodoo doll system of us and they're just testing it and then rolling it out so they can quantify things. By the way, they know how much something is going to cost and how many people it's going to hit because they have a model of that internally. Or the model is itself the reflection. You know, it's you could do some kind of hybrid thing where it's not like a really just a reflection, but it's an interface to that mob to you in essence. They don't have me in the building, but they have all the decisions and ways I think aggregated into this model that is me in their mind. It's the consumer me that they can manipulate. And so they have this model back here. And so they've done that for everybody. Everybody that logs in, you know, that's why they don't want you to have multiple accounts. They want you to tie those accounts, link them together so they can all, they don't want two Nate Bombers. There is another Nate Bomber, by the way. He lives in Ohio. Hi, Nate Bomber. We're friends. You are a consultant. You're also, I think you work at Deloitte. You're doing great. We've all traded usernames. That's a whole story. Nate Bomber, the white guy from Ohio State guy. Love him. We're friends. Cool. I know you're Republican, but it's okay. We're going to be friends because we have the same name. But that's the only other Nate Bomberger that I've found, okay? There's some wannabes, but that's the OG right there. I give him OG status because we found each other kind of when we were in college, I think, or maybe I was in college. But Facebook wants to have that version of me inside their office, okay? Because that way they can prod. And so story's coming around. It's going to come around. I promise. Come around. So my troubles started, flashback Quentin Tarantino style, troubles started unfollowing people. I'm unfollowing with no emotion, just unfollowing. I'm feeling good about it because I'm noticing that the stories are starting to come to the top of people that I know and care about, not just junk where I'm just like scroll. Oh, okay, cool. I like that person. I know. Oh, nice. So I'm interacting with people that maybe didn't interact with before, just naturally when I go through my stories while I'm taking a dump, like we all do. So, sorry, that's when I look at my stories. So and you're like, well, you take a couple dumps a day. You got it, baby. You got it. No, I'm kidding. Not really. But so see, that dump thing got me off, man. It got me off tangent. My rage. So their model. They've got this model. They've got this voodoo doll of me inside. So I posit as I started on following people, what happened is that model started to deteriorate. They had a model of me that they've been building up, but now all of a sudden it doesn't no longer, it's this whole swath of interest is now gone. We calculated Nate into our model, like when they preemptively say, hey, it's going to cost X amount to boost your ad or put an ad out. They're able to predict how much it's going to cost. That's how they give you the bill. And they say, you're going to see about this many viewers. So they know that because they essentially created this mirrored voodoo doll system of us. That's what they're doing, okay? So when you go and unfollow a ton of people, you break their little model. It breaks it bad, especially if you follow a significant amount of people compared to your ratio of follows. So for instance, I have what did I have on there? 1,500 followers, and I was following 5,000. So I followed a lot of people and a lot of models and a lot of weird shit because I'm aesthetically curious and I just added everything. I was total old creepy man, just adding people. Oh, that looks good. Yes. partner knows about all that shit. I'm not saying anything no one doesn't know about me, whatever. So I'm like, fuck all that shit. I want it all gone. So I'm just slowly unfollowing crap that I don't care about. And look, if you're a model on Instagram, great. But if you're not following me, I'm unfollowing you. Okay. That's the criteria. There's no aesthetic keeping of anybody once I get to where I can unfollow again. But what I'm ranting about is the fact that I believe, I posit, I surmise, my hypothesis is that by unfollowing that many people, it fucks some shit up. And because of how many people I follow versus follow me, it broke it. And so it broke my little network. Now you're like, dude, you're just come on, you're dropping the hat. Well, then why did they do that? Why did they stop me from doing stuff if I'm just a drop in the hat? I'm not a drop in the hat. I have a lot of small business friends that probably do Facebook marketing that now all of a sudden that network, when they did the calculation, Nate, who has a big network, now is cut off. They're no longer part of the calculation. This is all reverse engineering how I think the system works based on the behavior I'm feeling right now. So fast forward, I have business managers set up, and I'm basically telling people, if you want to fucking hack me, here's the vectors, whatever, go for it. Fucking have fun. I wish fucking Facebook would be more secure. I've got all the controls on, so good luck. Even the people that had supposedly, if they did hack my main one, still haven't taken control from me. Okay, so no matter what, because they know who I am and I got verified, it's like futile. They'll hack it and they'll change it, and Facebook like, oh, you got hacked, and they'll give back. So it's just a matter of time. Okay, so it's not whatever happened. Again, if it's hacked, now I'll say why I'm throwing in hack there, because there are some things that are weird. But again, the story continues. So I unfollow these people. I'm surmising that it breaks their model. So now their whole financial thing's broken in this little pocket. They can't have that. So they have these controls to say, look, you can only like certain amount of things. We don't want spam. You can only unfollow a certain amount. We don't want spam there. But what I find interesting is, I pleaded with them, look, I don't want to follow these accounts anymore for my mental health. And they were like, well, that's fine. So you can just go block them. And then, so I did. And then when you block them, then you unblock them. They're still your friend. So normally when you block somebody, they automatically become like unfriended. And so that wasn't happening. So it wasn't really a true block. It was like some weird ass like flag that was set somewhere that was like, oh yeah, you're still connected to them, but you just got it blocked. So you won't see the data, but our financials in the back still see it, and we'll still block. I mean, I'm just reverse engineering why an unfollow causes all these problems. And then let's move on to what happened with Facebook. So today, Facebook my main feed stops. Like I noticed I couldn't post any stories, and just on this one, I have a professional page where I'm still connected. I also noticed I wasn't able to, like when I did my live stream, Nate Bomberger got nothing. It says I'm sending it, so I'm sending it somewhere, but Nate Bomberger got nothing. So then Facebook's down. And so now I'm like, what the fuck? I truly believe that they're connected. I feel like the two things are connected. I feel like the fact that they flagged me as spam then evolved or devolved into this shitstorm that they have now. Oh, thought I got another message from them, which is that it's rolled into my Facebook problem. And now I've got a Facebook issue. So I just had to get on, and I'm sorry, I kind of stuttered there because I thought I got another message from Meta. But it just harkens, just 30,000 foot view. Okay, if you're still even watching, 30,000 foot view for me is I'm still working in the system, and I'm still a fucking cog in the system that has a platform because the system has allowed me to have a platform. But the system is fragile because these networks and platforms we're on are controlled. So again, folks, we're only being allowed to say what we want to say because it hasn't hurt them yet. So if we ever say something that hurts them with fuerza, as I like to say, with strength, then we might have networks suddenly disappear, or billionaires swoop in to buy things and then shut them down or turn them into right-wing fucking cesspools, whatever the fuck he's done with X. or Twitter. Fucking weirdo. Look, Elon Musk, respect, man. You definitely got a lot of resources out of the earth. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that look up to that. So, congratulations on earning that fan base, but it's just not my cup of tea. That's why I don't have much good to say. It's just not my cup of tea. So, I'll try to keep you posted on the saga of Facebook/Instagram, both verified accounts, by the way, giving me problems. Both verified accounts. Every other account's fine. I can log into every other account fine. I can even log into my Facebook account fine. But the Instagram verified, I cannot. But I'll keep you informed of the saga because it's one of those things that's it's draining. You know, you know how support is, and it's Facebook. So you're like, I'm just like, all right, I got a message. Cool. It's from Facebook. Yay. All right, cool. Oh, just telling me they're just still working on it. So it's been grueling, and I can understand why people get frustrated, even if you're a paying customer or verified, to get anything done. I'm like, guys, we can do a call. Like, I'd rather do a call with them. Like, put them. I know they can't do that because of all the segmentation of how they have their company and their software. They don't have it that well oiled. Sorry, guys, but like Elon Musk did prove one thing, and that is Twitter had a lot of fucking employees. It's still running. You can argue there's some problems with it, but I mean, it's still running. I'm not saying his fucking direction is good, but we know that I'm also kind of aware of the extra cruft that engineers can be. And as a manager and an engineer, I'm not fucking cruft. I always fuck you. If you work with me on projects that I was shit on, those were the mistakes, but I always over fucking deliver on my projects. Just fact. So that's just I'm just going to throw that out there in case people are wondering what the fuck I do for a living. I'm not bullshitting you. Like, that's one that's important to deliver. And so part of my struggle with this, to be honest with you, is that I've made promises I haven't been able to keep because this is grueling. Things like today grind me down. And again, I'm so glad it's Thursday and I would do it. Like, I'm still fired up. Don't worry. I'm not giving. I'm just telling you that these technical challenges when you're a software guy, like, it's application. It's not like code. It's like, I can't control it. It doesn't matter how much you know about tech. If the application's bad and it's controlled on a server you don't have access to, well, you're at the behest of customer support. So it's definitely, let's just call it, the universe is testing my patience every single day because I want to do something and my OCD clicks in. I'm like, I got to fucking see if the Facebook's thing's fixed, or I check on the Instagram. Is it fixed yet? Do I got a response? And so with ADHD, it's like I'm always constantly waiting. And so it drains me because I've created habits to keep me going and doing stuff, but it's hard. It's like, it's grindy. I have to take naps, straight up. I fucking take naps. Anyway, all right, listen, I'm oversharing, but I think it's important you understand, like, it's my fault that the stream had some sound issues. It's always my fault. The buck stops with me, no matter what. It's my shit, right? But I'm definitely dealing with some external challenges, which are posing really interesting psychological obstacles for me, kind of to be fluid and as creative and on point when I'm spending time chasing this dumbass shit. By the way, just since it's late and I'm just talking, it's one of the reasons why I'm like a stickler to work with as an engineer. Like, I don't like fucking bullshit. Like, I don't believe in shortcuts when it comes to engineering. Do it right and then do it right once. I don't care if it takes you extra 3 days. So, like, that's why I'm a little annoyed with the Facebook. Like, all right, you guys keep coming back to me with bullshit. If it takes you 3 weeks, fine, but then fucking make it done. All right? All right. All right. Now you're starting to see the sleepies come over and you're like, oh my God, Nate, time to go to bed. I'm not going to be able to sleep. Okay. But I need to get that off my chest, that it's grindy. Like, when I get off here trying to look at content, trying to edit videos, I'm working on a flow, and then I have to fight with fucking Meta, just this bullshit of waiting for an application that it's just a reset, guys. It's not the end of the world. I don't know what the fuck what PHP code still you're using or what the hell's going on, but I mean, you guys are the React Kings. Like, what the fuck? Is this back end shit? Come on. Like, I swear on my life, I sent a message like, guys, go check the logs. Like, I feel like I'm a senior. Like, I'm just like, all right, did you check the logs? All right. Did you? Can you impersonate? Can you impersonate? Without getting. Is there a secure way to impersonate this person without getting access to their information, which you probably want to build? But I mean, it's like, what are you doing? This is like a paying customer, and I know you guys are thinking I'm stupid because I'm paying, but if I wasn't paying, this would be much, much worse. I will tell you, I probably would have lost the accounts. Like a lot of people I know lose their accounts. They start new ones. I'm like, I can't start a new one. That would drive me nuts. I would just be done with the platform. The platform dies with this username. I can't start another one. All right. You got extra tonight. You got bonus. If you watched, you're crazy. Get some sleep. See you guys. And the dark one is the dark. The light is the light. So when I put a dark background, that usually means I'm just going to fucking just lay into it. Although I laid into the other one today. Sleepy time. Peace. If I can turn this off.